seems to be stable now. Yeah, yeah, last week I tried like several times. I was getting a notification that I had to sync in, but as I changed my main web browser, when I was trying to sync in for the multi-stream plugin, it will just let me on syncing in, but it will never advance from that. It was not just until the practically the end of the week that I saw that I have like to practically change back to the old web browser that I used before as a default, just to do that. For some reason, it was not able to sync me in with the Brave browser. So I had to change the default to Firefox again to log in and then change it back to Brave. So peculiar, right? There's like no perfect solution. I'm pretty much happy now using Brave, but there's still like stuff like that happens that has kept me from uninstalling Firefox. And I love Firefox. I have used it like for more than, I don't know, 15 years or something like that, or even more. But now that they have those restrictions with the ad blockers and they change owners, and they are not like selling data and all that, I changed to Brave. I also tried like LibreWolf, which is basically Firefox, but doesn't have like the tracking and all that kind of stuff. But still gave me problems with the ad blockers and that kind of stuff. The internet is, if you live in the golden era of the internet in the 90s and early 2000s, like browsing the internet now without ad blockers and that kind of stuff is like practically unmanageable, man. It is like flood with ads and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I also get that that's how they make their money, but it is sometimes like ridiculous amount of ads that you get. It is like they know that some people are using ad blockers, and they try to compensate that by by putting more ads to the people that are using the service as it is supposed to be with ads or paying premium, and like punishing them for not using ad blockers practically. Yeah, they need to find like another way to incentivize people that don't use ad blockers, sorry, to just use the service normally, but for sure it is not by putting like more ads to the people that are not using them, man. It is insane the amount of ads that you get when you do, especially in YouTube. It is insane. It is worse than TV sometimes. It is crazy. Um, this divided him.
Looking down on the burgeoning sea, the skyscrapers rise, even men with the greatest.
When you do this kind of like down and dirty modeling, you get like some weird artifacts if you're not like continue. Yeah. Good enough. Mars too much. Fix the thickness. There's like so many ways of doing this kind of like fake detail with the scribbles, but I think this is one of my favorite ways to do it. Instead of doing like doing it via displacement or doing it via textures, I really like to have like the real geometry that I can like see it on the viewport do a render preview, and I can like remove or put bars whenever I want, and I can even bring it to another software because I don't have to bake anything. It's just everything is just real geometry. It makes it a little bit heavy for Blender, of course, but it is. I think it's one of my favorite ways to do this. Spaceships with fake detail. Just have to do the basic main silhouette and shape. Fake a lot of the detail with the kind of like random panels. I think it's a stereo one. And okay, like a byproduct of the extrusion. Kind of tight corners. The good thing is you can also do this with like regular Blender, but it is much more practical doing it with this random flow plugin. You can even create like presets for your own, and it is great because like tuning it by yourself, like the first time, it is so time consuming to find like and the amount of cards or how do you like the random panels. It is usually really time consuming to doing it the first time. But once you create like a preset, it saves you like a lot of time. And it is also a pain in the ass figuring out like which settings to use. The beginning is a little bit confusing, but once you create like a preset, have like an idea of what affects what, it is much more manageable. But as I mentioned some time ago, working like most of these plugins are just that, like are just like shortcuts for things that you cannot really do in vanilla Blender. Just that it is the process is simplified. You can do stuff like in this case, like having presets, which you cannot. As far as I know, if you use the regular vanilla method of doing this random panels, I don't think you can do, at least not easily, not as simply as or as convenient as this. Yeah, you had to create or move the settings every time. It will be like so annoying. There's a lot of like little settings to tweak it for it to look like kind of decent. I have like already some settings that I like and I have saved. I created here. Most of the time work really well. I don't have like to do too much of tweaking around. Problem. And those kind of like crazy big artifacts usually happen when you have like a lot of like internal faces selected, and they just explode. Ouch. Yeah. There's some. We'll stay at this place. Okay. But so, Walk. Walk. A little bit too intense. And this shouldn't really be or take too long. But as usual, I get like in that kind of that mental quagmire that you fell, you know? So like doing and redoing things. Situation in which variation just hits me. And it's obviously when there's like the line geometry that has like the sections, any kind of problems. But the more like subdivisions or panels you have, the more prone to appear this kind of problems are. Okay, just get me. Yeah. That's good. You know, what should I have done is take the rim, bring up the thruster. Yeah. That's a good thing about having these presets, man. The funny thing is that I had this plugin for a long time. And I didn't know you had presets. That's why I didn't use it so much in the past. Like a pain in the ass to make to tweak it from zero every time. The restart blend is frankly I also like this is fun. It's fun to do, but I wouldn't like recommend it as a way to like get better at designing things like spaceships and stuff. Because yeah, you know, this doesn't really make sense, yeah. But it works just fine for like maybe you're doing like a space environment and a shot from far away. It works fine for that kind of stuff. You really want to get like to the design and making things like make sense and be semi-function. This is not it. Yeah, and that's the other thing with this. That you have like to know how much you can divide, and you just learn how to by just like pushing it and see how far you can push it when it will crash the. Okay, it almost crashed Blender. Yeah, sometimes it will go so far, and as we all know, Blender doesn't handle like too much geometry, like heavy operations at the same time that it crashes. It didn't crash this. It is crazy how fast they are moving, like releasing Blender versions, right? And just a couple of days ago, I saw like someone like testing like a 4.5 alpha or beta version. It is good that they are doing updates, but I think it is like, especially if you use like plugins or add-ons, it is like too fast. It's too fast, and sometimes like developers of the plugins, they drop support for older versions, and they just release the new version of the add-on or the updated version for the new Blender, and they don't do it for the older version. So it is a pain in the ass. That forces you to update. That's how, so that what retroactively like breaks your other add-ons, because not everyone updates the compatibility for the new versions. That's why I am still stuck in Blender 4.0. It is like unsustainable to try and keep up the new versions. I also have like 4.2, and I had mostly made the migration, but not all of my stuff works, so I haven't made the full jump to 4.2, because everything that I use is not working. So it's not worth it yet for me. Yeah, man. I think it will be best if they just did like, I don't know, an update maybe twice a year. They launch a new version. They are like going like really hard. It's in Blender versions. They should just make like once or twice a year, like a big update. They are going like really fast. This is my perception. So yeah, cannot complain. At least it's getting like updates. It is fucking free, man. But it's like that, yeah. You complain about the things that you love and you care about. But I think it will be much more efficient for Ben and for Aaron. They will like slow down a little bit with the updates. This for sure is going to crash it or it's going to take a long time. Okay, it worked. Almost crashed, but again it pulled through. I was like, add a little bell to them to catch the light a little bit more. It seems to be like so heavy that it is almost crashing Blender. It's so fucking dense that it will crush it. Mostly do it on the most like surface and visible. There's some detail. Just these ones that are prone to catching the light. This extra bevel. Then I will also like extra detail for this barrel of the railgun. Not like a lot of extra noise and detail in the center. It like differentiated, makes it differentiate itself from the lateral panels. But I think we'll leave this panels. I see they are like way too subdivided. Actually, I'll use them. I create a new one, top of this one. This is mirror. Don't worry about this. It even takes time to create just the basic panel slicing. Going to be like really heavy tags just to create the or micro details. Like cursor by just doing as much detail on divisions this side. See? Even just changing the seed on this one takes a lot of resources. So what I can do is not work on this exterior one. It's really divided. Just work on the one below and get the plates more thickness. But this is still even less divided than what I had before, and that's great. Okay. Russian, but okay, where did it go? Much of a problem. Bring me back, baby. Okay. Yeah. Plus, this is so divided. Let me try it with this. We can still pull it off with it. Or no, let's try it with this side. Let's put a little bit stroke with this. Or god damn, even this one that is almost base level almost crushed it. How small can I push the piece? No. No, this is a knob. Just trying to change the setting to takes that long. That's in the panel and takes the lid little by little behind. Has a lot of detail. Let me see if I delete this one. That's awful excursions. Ours. Yes, that one. Okay. Get reveal some details that I like. Let me hide it. Also like, it seems like all of them having like version problems. Okay, ridiculous. Like kilometers away. This is a nice amount of detail. Maybe a little bit more. Layer. Okay, let's keep this one. Oh, it's still happening. So noisy that it looks like some kind of deterring effect. Yes. It's so subdivided that it is like oh yeah, by the way, I also put some moderation on this. Is those thoughts are not as rampant anymore. It was like the Wild West in here, man. Until someone watches this, it was like every single time, like every 30 minutes, a bot will come and also of service or whatever. awful. Let's just get rid of this area. Yeah. This is nice, but this sub was like this. Some internal stations. It's so cool that this is like all mathematics and physics. And when you're in the school, like, well, at least in my case, no one tells you that mathematics and physics have like applications like this that are like something like really cool and, let's say, tangible, that you can see manifested to like fractals or like a render engine, physics engine. Yeah. You listen the at the time that I was in school, you almost, I don't remember a teacher. Yeah, from what I can remember, I don't remember ever a teacher like touching on like real life or possible applications for the stuff that they were like teaching us. You know? Especially with mathematics, algebra, physics, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe physics is obviously the one that more or less, because of course of its nature, touched a little bit of the possible applications. when you get this straight away like these artifacts because there's something wrong with the geometry. It is to the areas that you are showing are too narrow, or maybe you don't have like quads. That's the other thing that you have to take into account with this. But you need to have like quads for your geo. Oh, I see. But that's when this Sense Exile comes really handy, man. You select your faces and you can create like groups. You can come back later and make the selection again. It's just basically that. You can save your selections, keep the names and colors, but you don't have to make those selections again. It is amazing for this kind of stuff, or also for doing your UVs. Oh, it is like a lifesaver. You have like your little playlist, bookmarks of selected faces, and you can come back to them and do changes, add faces, remove faces. You want to change something back, you just have to pick it in here with the name that you gave it. It's really an amazing add-on. Kinda works like the regular like vertex groups, but it is much more, let's say, interactive. You can see it and disable them, give them colors, all that kind of. I just want to remove these faces to be selected from the group. Let's select them. We don't have them. Here are the faces that I think are causing extrusion problems. It will be like exploding. I know what the problem is. Areas, maybe these ones. Going in. It. This one pro on there. Vertex. Maybe if I divide it. Divide this one. Consider a problem. Uh, I think this kind of faces also might be a problem. Check it. Oh. Someone without okay. So, Jesus. How far down it goes. It's almost like okay. Let's do it. Let's just slice this down. Yeah. Yeah, let's just slice it. Let's just slice it and see how it be. Yeah, that solved the problem. Mostly. Yeah. Let me do this inside. There you go. Victor. Then a ribbon. Let's create like a code for this, so you. I see that it creates like a separate color and customize the name. Come back to it later, and if you don't want to see the color, you can just tell it to hide it. Details. Take to take. Let's change it. This one's so small that they just explode. I think it's too much. Okay. You know which is the inside and which is the outside. Just like hmm. Oh, I was doing it on the inside. Maybe the normals are inverted. Oh yeah. Inverted normal. The division, a couple of cards. Ultra noise. That's it. I think that's it for this one. I will put some simple shaders on this. That will be it. About this. Yeah, let's do something with this. Let's remove the panels on top here. Ways to put panels in here when we are not going to see anything. It's just going to make they clash with the panels on top, and it's going just to make the scene heavier. It's worth it all too. Okay. It'd be a little bit too noisy. Yeah. So, two, two. That works. Okay.